welcome to Rottweiler MMA. I'm your host, Roger the Human Rottweiler. I am a professional MMA fighter, and today I'm going to bring you a hands-on look at what it means to cut weight for a fighter. Now, cutting weight is the single most important part of the job as a fighter. It's also one of the most grueling parts. It's not fighting in a cage like everybody would think. Instead, it takes a toll on you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It really tests who you are and tests your will to adapt and continue on, which is the most important key ingredient to the recipe for success in an MMA fight. Now, run you through everything. This is how I do it. I start out completely naked, of course, and then I rub down pretty much all of my core and upper torso and the lower part of my back and hips with Albolene, which is a makeup remover you can buy at your local CVS or drugstore. The reason most professional elite level fighters use this is because what Albolene does is it removes the makeup, but before it does that, it also opens up the pores to their fullest potential. So you get the maximum of your weight cut if you put that on first. Then, as you can see here, see if we can't get into the light, I have my sauna suit on, which is full body. On top of that, it's plastics, we call them. Then I have what you see, just like a wrist bracelet. This pretty much goes around both wrists, as you can see, to seal in the sweat, to make sure I don't drip everywhere when I fling it. Then, if you're unable to see, I am covered in on top of the sweatsuit, I have a waist toner to help isolate and insulate the core, so you get the most of your heat, weight cutting abilities, to heat up the core and spread it everywhere. And then on top of that, I've got a hoodie, very black, very thick, very warm, insulated. Try to use black because it insulates the heat, and it also magnifies the heat and attracts sunlight when you're outdoors as well. On top of that, I have a jersey, short knit sleeveless jersey to hug the hoodie closest to the skin. And then I have regular pants on top of the sauna suit. As you can see, it's filled with sweat. And then usually when I come and do my cardio workout first, I wear ankle wraps and 2 pair of socks to go over that to trap in all the moisture and heat. And then before I come into the sauna, I take the shoes off, the socks off, the anklets, so it can all drain out and I can stay in here the most. And as you can see, this is the sauna actively right now. We are pushing 171, 172. We'll probably stay in here right up till about 185, 190. And I do it, I can't speak for every fighter, but I do it in intervals where it's just like a fight. I do 5 minutes in a sauna, 1 minute out, to simulate the exhaustion rate that the body goes up and down in between rounds in a fight. And I'll do it for a championship round, which means it's 5 5-minute rounds, 1 minute in between. So I'll go in 5, get out 1 minute, go in 5, get out, and do this repetitively for 5 minutes, and then I'll end it with a good 10 to 15 minute session, straight through, no breaks. Very important before you do any of this to stay really hydrated, because this is not about dehydrating yourself. If you do that as a fighter, that's a detriment. It's bad. You kill the muscle tissue, you eat away your strength, you zap everything. So you need to stay hydrated so the blood flows through the muscles. When I put all this on, I also put on a hat to help continue and keep in the body heat. And then on top of that, I put a 40-pound vest that I strap around me. That's to magnify what body weight you're not used to, so you can work. It helps the subconscious and the muscle memory to work with your balance for extra body weight, your footwork, while you don't have to focus on it. On top of that, I put a punch resistance band, which is a belt that goes around the chest. It's got cords that connect to the fist, and they're bungee cords. Sounds like a lot. It is a lot. It's the sacrifice you make as a professional MMA fighter to make the weight. At this point, I started my weight cut today at 219, and I got a little over 3 months to go. I'll be dropping down to 175 and fighting at welterweight. I do this particular exercise every other day. Thank you, and tune in for more Rottweiler videos. Thanks. Bye. Happy training.